Good morning, everybody. This is Brittany, and I'm coming back to you with another week of a knitting podcast where I share my knitting, my crocheting, and some other projects, as well as just some babbling if I have some time at the very end. It is currently Sunday morning, and it's a beautiful day today. It's supposed to be 67 degrees outside, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm ready for the spring weather, so I never thought I'd say that, but it has stayed cold for quite a while, so I'm ready for, you can tell my allergies are coming back, so there have been some allergies, but the weather has not been nice, which is so frustrating. I'm okay with the allergies if the weather's nice. However, haven't been getting my way quite too much. So as far as what's going on in my life right now, I'm still working from home. Next week, tomorrow, which will be Monday when you see this actually. So I'd be starting my 7th week of working from home. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy to me. I can't believe that. But here we are, and I've been trying to do some walks just to get outside and have some fresh air and sunlight. That is super important right now. Just get your sun, enjoy it as much as you can, even if it's just on your back patio or in your backyard or in your front yard, just so that way you can get a little bit of vitamin D and enjoy whatever nice weather you might have, even if it's just one day of the week. So that's what I've been trying to do. I've been enjoying, of course, staying home with my dogs. They are just super excited that both of us are home. Will's kind of on a 1 week off, 1 week on situation. So oftentimes he's home as well. So it's just been, it's been great spending that time with the dogs. So I'm definitely trying to keep a positive outlook on it. There are some days that are really hard, and that's okay. Like yesterday, I cried, and that's okay. That's just how some days are. If I have some sniffles again, I do apologize. My allergies have been killing me, no matter what I do. So I think that's enough intro. What I'm drinking right now, of course, I have a huge cup of coffee. It's as big as my face. I mean, that's really excessive. And that's a lot of coffee, but I'm really going to enjoy it. And it says on it, messy bun and getting stuff done. I really like it, although my hair is just messy today. I actually washed it for the first time about a week last night. So it is probably, it's like, what's going on? But yeah, so I've just been, as much as I can, not washing my hair. It's healthy for your hair. Look it up if you disagree. And not putting heat to it as much as I can. Really not doing anything, kind of let it do its own thing. Just making sure I keep it moisturized and healthy. So it has actually grown a lot, really, since I've been home. So you can definitely tell the benefits of it. My curls are starting to kind of weigh down just because it's getting long and heavy. But I don't think I'll be cutting it anytime soon, especially with the quarantine going on. And I don't trust myself to cut my own hair because curls you need to have someone who's talented to cut curls. I'll just say that. And I am not. But yeah, so that's on my coffee and my hair. And I say let's go ahead and get into it. I actually have a finished object this week. It's very, very small, and it took me about probably 20 minutes to finish, so I don't know if it counts, but we're going to go ahead and count it anyway. So my finished object, I have a very dear friend to me. Known her for a long time, and she's been there for me through everything. Between Will going to boot camp, Will doing all of his training super far away, and then moving. She's been there to help me out with that. Me kind of working on getting into my new groove up here in Virginia. She's just always been there for me. So she's a very special and dear friend. And I saw something on Facebook which made me start doing some research. And then I found that Bella's Custom Crochet actually had a pattern for it. And I screenshot it and I said, would this be helpful for you? Is this something you need, or is there anything that you need, even if it's just money for a cup of coffee? How can I help you? And she said, oh my gosh, if you can make that for me, you don't know how much I would appreciate it. And I said, I can absolutely make this for you. And it took me literally 20 minutes. The only thing I had to wait on was the buttons. My local Walmart, as well as other stores, don't have any buttons. And I assume it's because people are purchasing them to make this item, or to make, I really have no idea. I assume it's for this item. So I ordered some and I finally got them. So this is what I made for her. It is a mask extender. So it would go back here, and then you would just take your mask elastic and put it around the buttons. So I just got basic buttons. I think they were literally like 40 cents for a pack of 2. And then I'm using, I had some pink yarn, and it is a cotton yarn. I figured that would be best because you can wash it in the washer and then even, I guess, dry it if you want. I told her to lay it flat to dry, just because it has, just because, to make it last a little bit longer. But yeah, so that was my finished object for this week. I'm actually going to get it in the mail as soon as I can, because I know that mail there's been some issues, we'll just say that, as far as the mail in the United States. I don't know if it's affecting everywhere, to be honest. I just know that the buttons took forever to come, and they're shipping what they consider essential items. At least Amazon is saying that, there's been a lot of stuff going on. So, mask extender. I didn't have the foresight to purchase additional buttons, unfortunately, because I've got actually a lot of this yarn left. I've got 3 balls up there. I'm actually working on another project with the ball that I opened up for this one, but I don't have any more buttons. So right now I probably won't be making many, and I looked on Amazon, and I don't know if I want to wait 2 or 3 weeks to get some. I don't know. She was a nurse in my life, and just wanted to see what I can do for her personally, just to make things a little bit easier. So I think I'm just going to I don't even know if I want to flat rate ship it, or if I just want to stick it in an envelope and put like an obscene amount of stamps on it. I don't know. But I'm going to send it out today. I think our mailing system, or our house, I don't know if this is typical of Virginia. It's not of Georgia, which is what confuses me. But we did purchase a home, and our home does not have a mailbox like you would think of that I think of a mailbox. And it is a home. It's not, like a condominium, or not a gated community or anything like that. It just doesn't have like an out front on the street mailbox where the mailman drives by, stuffs it in, opens the flap, puts the mail in, and closes it back. Because what I would normally do is put it in our mailbox and put the red flag up, so that way the mailman knows that there's something in there to pick up. But we don't have that here. We have a box like this big that is nailed to our front porch that they just slide stuff in, and it locks. I've never seen that before. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's that I'm from Georgia and Georgia's weird. or maybe it's Virginia is weird. I don't know. But I'm going to probably put it in a package of some sort, and then do a prepay, what is it called? The prepaid, you guys know what I'm talking about. And then just put it in I'll have to go to one of the mailbox, like the blue mailbox things, and drop it off. Because I have no idea how else I would send out mail. We haven't had to send out mail yet, so I haven't even thought about this. It's so weird, just the things that are going on right now, the things that go through your mind. But yeah, so only finished object for this week, but I've made a lot of progress on my works in progress. I've made a lot of progress on my works in progress. There we go. Okay, so super small work in progress. I'll just show it because I mentioned that I was using this ball of yarn for something else. I just made a super small start on a washcloth. So I would usually use like the Dishy brand, or the one from Michaels. I can never remember what that one's called. They're cotton yarn, but I found this actually at Michaels a while ago, and I thought it was so ridiculously soft, more soft than I have ever felt a cotton yarn, except for one other. It was actually the first time I'd ever knit. My aunt taught me how to knit a dishcloth, and she gave me some knitting needles that were amazing, and I have no idea where they are at this point in my life, and I feel so bad about it, but I think it's just because she had worked with them so much, that they were comfortable, they were like worn in a weird way, and this part, oh guys, I swear I'm a knitter. The cord was loose and comfortable to work with. These are some new ones that I have. They're not new purchase. I just actually haven't used them. This is my first project that I'm using them on. And they're, again, just the Michaels brand. I can't remember. It's like loops and something. And so they're not the cord's not super comfortable to work with yet. Hopefully if I use it enough, it will. But I'm going to get started on working on some new dishcloths because ours are looking rough. I don't think I've made some in over a year. So we're ready. Although I hate to use this pretty pink yarn and get it ruined. But you know what? I'm going to love it to death. I'm going to use these dishcloths. I know that for sure. So I guess I can't feel too bad. It was a purchase that I will use for sure. So work in progress number 1. I've got a basket full of stuff over here, and it's just a hot mess. So myself, as well as a few other knitters, 2 other knitters to be specific, are working on some Jessie Maed Designs patterns. And I, at first I said, let's do the ripple bralette, not realizing that I'd actually purchased the framework bralette. So I'm just working on the framework bralette, and I have made some progress this past week. Here, I will just show you. So, wow. A few things on this. So I did an extra large, and it called for 2.5 inches of ribbing. I did 3 inches. I have turned it inside out now, so this is the right side in reverse stockinette. And you can see the false seams as well as the, I don't even know what you would call it, that little thing that goes over your boob. I guess it's just another seam. I don't know. But yeah, I've done so much work. So I actually just flipped it out inside out yesterday, or last night actually. And I'm I'm going to go, my next step, I reviewed the pattern and I've just decided it was 11:30 and that I probably shouldn't begin working or trying to do something new on the pattern. So basically my next step is to start working flat, and we'll work on each cup of the bralette. So there is 4 cups, and you work one at a time and work up and do the strap, and then put the strap on either waist yarn or a stitch holder. And then you move on to the next one until you do all 4, and then you attach the I-cords that are the straps. So hopefully I will have this done by next week. If things as far as my knitting time go as I plan, I certainly will. I've got a little bit of homework that I have to do today, but as far as next week, I think it's pretty slow on homework. So I should have plenty of time to dedicate to knitting. So I definitely feel like I have made the most progress on this, and I absolutely am loving the knit. I think I said it last week. I really, really recommend her patterns. She does a really amazing job of showing you sizing and how the sizing works and how to make a piece that actually fits your body really well. So I definitely recommend, if you haven't tried one of her patterns, just to try it. You know, most of them, or not, I don't want to say most of them, but you know, she has the lingerie, or you know, the bralettes, and she just came out with the shorts. Those are so cute, by the way. If I had more DK yarn right now, I would definitely make those. But I do not. So just have a few more skeins left, and those are already dedicated to another project. But I will, I think, want to be making those in the future. Anyway, so I definitely recommend trying a pattern of hers. The yarn is hand dyed by me, and it's just very sunshiny, I think, right now for the situation we're going through. So I'm glad I picked an orangey color. Okay, so next up is my crochet blanket. I received 3 minis from Molly from A Homespun House for her Patreon. One thing that I'm definitely really excited about is that I also subscribed or whatever to Row 1, their mini skein collection or whatever, their monthly mini skein swaps or whatever you want to call it. I can't remember what the exact name of it is, but essentially the lady behind Row 1 yarn puts 10 gram minis together every single month from different dyers, and they are pre-wound, and so they come in a little bag, and then yeah, it's super simple. So I thought this would be a way that I could try new yarn dyers without breaking the bank, I guess, as well as having minis that I can add to blankets. It's really projects that I've been gravitating towards, or at least this project I've really been wanting to work on, but I don't have that many minis. So a lot of this has been scrap yarn, but then recently when I started getting the minis from Molly, I've added those in as well. So this is kind of, I have to finish a project before I can add to it, or I have to have those minis. So I am super excited that I subscribe to that Row 1 yarn, and I'm really excited that every month I'll have 13 minis, because I get 3 from Molly from A Homespun House, and I'll get 10 from Row 1. I think my first package will ship on May 1st from Row 1, and I should be receiving another package sometime early May as well from Molly from A Homespun House. So I've definitely got probably, what is that, like a week and a half? Probably 2 to 2.5 weeks before I receive more minis. So I won't be showing this likely next week unless I just randomly finish a project with fingering weight yarn, which I don't think I'll be doing in the next week. So this will be on the back burner for next week, but you'll see some significant progress after that. All that to say, I added this color, these 3 colors right here. So there's like a deep blue color right here, I added everything up here. So right there is what I added on it. And again, I still have quite a bit to go on this, but it is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait until this is done. But in addition to that, I actually can't wait to start a new one. This is more of a throw size, and I think I'll be starting something a little bit bigger, which of course will take even longer. But you know what? I'm getting 13 minis every month, so why not? Yeah, gosh, I enjoy these projects so much. They are so cozy and lovely. I also have a Cozy Memories blanket. I really haven't worked on that in like a year, which is crazy. I might pull that back out once I finish this bad boy. But there's something about the crochet blankets that really, it's so squishy, that really kind of piqued my interest right now. I really am not, as I'm realizing right now, the best crocheter. I've really gotten good at my knitting, and I think either my crochet skills have fallen to the wayside, other than this project. And I'll show you a project that I realized that this is true. Meagerest, I don't even know what word I'm trying to say, but pretty small start to the One Skein Wonder Cowl by Bellows Custom Crochet. I have it says US 6. It's an Addy. It's like weird. It's a double. So it's got like a crochet hook on one side and a knitting needle on the other side. And as I was doing this, I realized that either I'm not great at crocheting or I don't know how to recrochet patterns anymore, just because I haven't done it in so long, maybe. So I'm going to frog this small progress that I have and see if I can restart it. I don't know if I'm just maybe not in the brain space to do it right now. Or if while I was starting this, I was watching a TV show. So maybe while I'm like getting it started, I just need to sit down and focus on it, which is probably the case, just because it's been so long since I've actually done a crochet pattern that was difficult, I guess. So I actually started out as a crocheter, which is why I thought that I would be okay to watch TV while I was doing this, because I can watch TV while I knit. But obviously, I have not done anything crochet other than that blanket and the mass extender in probably years. And I need some practice, it looks like. So just frogged that. So I'll get started on that again, hopefully sometime soon. It's not my main priority right now. There are other things like the ripple bralette and a sweater and a shawl that I'll be working on. So that's that. So on to the next whip. Oh my gosh, I've got a lot of whips this week, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, so my next work in progress, and I think I only put maybe 6 rows on this last week, because I was super into that ripple bralette, as well as adding those colors onto my blanket, and then doing the project for my friend. But it is Stephen West's Marled Magic Shawl. It's a little clumped up right now. It's kind of hard to see, just because of the nature of it, that I still have 2 of these pieces on here, but this is it so far. I am super close to being done with one of these colors, so then I will transition a new color in, and then I'll keep there's one purple, it's like a very light purple, that I've been holding throughout this whole piece here, so I will keep that purple in there, and I think Which one do I want to do? I think I might need something bright next. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna add something super bright, I think, as a mix. Maybe this coral that's sitting right there. Or this. Or maybe this. This would be a fun pop. It would be super small too because I don't have much left. This one. I'm going to do this one. And then, because I'm only about halfway done with this particular part of it. So I think if I add this in and then maybe kind of even it out a little bit with this up next. This one is the one that's being held constant. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's absolutely what I'm going to do. I love that we can make decisions together like this. Anyway, yeah, so I'm actually wearing these socks right now. They're so comfy. My first socks that I have ever put in heel flap and gusset in for myself, as well as knit on double point needles for myself. So yeah, I'm going to do this color. This is Fly by Hedgehog Fibers. And then I'm going to add this color in. And this is Silence in the Library by Bad Wolf Girl Studios. Perfect. Awesome. We made a plan, guys. We did it. That's all it takes. So, perfect. Yeah. And then hopefully soon, I would really love, this is still glue 1 in the pattern. So I'm ready to get this off the needles. It's been on these poor needles since June of 2017, this poor thing. So I really need to work on that and put some progress on that. So I've still got a basket of yarn that I will be adding into it. And I am going to grab that coral yarn. That's by Madeline Tosh. And add this in here as well. I think it's a real fun color. So yeah, that's my basket for my Marled Magic. For my last work in progress, I'm going to share something that's a little bit languishing that I did not work on this past week, but that it is time to go ahead and just get it back out and work on it because I want the finished object. I want it so bad. It is my Boxy by Hohi Locatelli. So this is the worsted Boxy. It is the yarn. The yarn is Barocco Vintage. It is, oh gosh, what's the colorway? They put the sticker right over the colorway. Oh darn it, I can't see it. Anyway, it's this mustardy color. I was going to make this my Hufflepuff sweater. So I have some patches that I purchased in Harry Potter World that I was going to put on the sleeves, but I don't think I'm going to do that now. I started this project a while ago, and I cannot wait to get it done. So this is the neck portion, I believe, and then these are like the shoulder pieces. So I would need to finish up the front, what side is that? Oh my gosh. The front left shoulder, and then I need to do the back, and then I would need to do the sleeves. But I just feel like so much of this knitting is already done. Also this thing is huge, because I did not know how to measure, and I totally picked, I feel like 5 sizes too big. Maybe it'll look great. I really hope it will. If not, I'm going to gift it to my grandma because she likes oversized, comfy things like that, and she'll certainly wear it. And yeah, so someone will love it. I think those are all my work in progress as well as finished objects. Other way around, finished object and works in progress for this week. But I have one other thing that I'm super excited to share. Okay, so I actually think I posted a story about this one day. But I just wanted to share it on here as well because I've been, this is kind of a creative outlet and I've been doing some things other than knitting. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a painter, but I've really been enjoying this. So I hope you guys kind of get to check this out and enjoy it as well. So I've been doing some painting and outlining. So I have a paint pen as well as just some different colors of paint. There, that's a better color. There we go. This one is awful. It's okay though. But this was my first try. So I think that these two as well as this one are really beautiful and that one's really good too. And I need to go back and try and kind of recreate those on some of my new pieces that are drying right now. But then this is my second one. I love this flower. It's kind of like one of those, are they hibiscus? The ones that are in Hawaii. That's kind of what my inspiration was. And I like that one a lot, as well as that one. So this is kind of a copper, green, and purple. And what I'm doing is I'm actually just going to create like a grid wall of these. I have, I think, 16 of these. And I'm not going to do all the same style, but I am going to just put them, super close together on the wall, 4x4, and just kind of decorate one of our walls with some homemade art. I got all of my supplies actually I got from Michael's. The canvases were on sale for half off. Oh, and then all the paint was just a mix of Craft Smart plus one of their other brands that they have there. And then the paint pen is also just a Michael's. So this was a very inexpensive project that I am super excited. I think for the entire supplies for all 16 of these paintings, and again, I'm not going to do just flowers. I'm going to kind of mix, or I might mix it up. I don't know. I'm not very talented at painting. I'm just enjoying this. And Will said, let's hang them. I want to see some fun art. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and get these hung up and keep on painting and just enjoy the creative outlet and the creative process. So I'm super excited about these and all of my other ones that are to come, and I'll definitely show those as well. Just because maybe you guys will be inspired to try something new. I have painted as a child, but really I don't think ever as an adult I've ever just kind of used that as a creative outlet. So I'm glad that I did, and I've definitely been enjoying doing these. So I'm going to continue doing them and see what else I can be inspired by. So yeah, those are my paintings. So kind of wrapping this up, I think I'm going to go finish up my coffee and make some breakfast, but I definitely wanted to have some chatter with you. I don't hear Will up yet, so I've got a few minutes still, I think. Just kind of wanted to share some good things this morning. So I'm going to run real quick because I didn't gather them. I wasn't sure if I would have time. I'm going to go gather a few things that have been making me personally happy lately. Be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So I will stick first with these still craft related items. So I pulled out fabric again, and I pulled out my sewing machine. I haven't actually done anything with it yet, but it is sitting there and it's making me happy. So what I plan on doing with some of my fabric that I have left over is continuing to try and make some bags. So I successfully made a Notions pouch bag as well as a bag for sweaters, just to like a sweater project bag. And I absolutely loved doing it. Just with life, school, and work, that was one of the things, as far as like sewing was one of the things that fell on the back burner. Right now, we've got a lot of extra time, and so I'm trying to make sure that I use my time to be productive. That's just my personal preference right now. That's what's making me happy most days. Don't get me wrong, there are definitely some days that doing nothing feels really great. I think both are okay. I mentioned this last time. There's been a lot of kind of talk about, the fact that, oh, if you're not productive or if you don't have a new skill or a new hobby, all that kind of stuff, once the quarantine is over, like, what were you doing with your time? I don't think that that's the case at all. It's whatever is best for your mental health. And for me, most days, that's doing things, making things, cleaning things, budgeting, things like that. I am a nerd and I love budgeting. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. So I've been pulling out old crafts that I've really been wanting to work on, but just didn't make the time before. So yeah, I have a lot of Harry Potter themed fabric that I'm gonna make some bags out of. And I think if we come up and we've got some extra spending money, that I'll use mine on some more fabric. So that way I can have some fun. And then the other thing, I've just been picking up some, some cross stitch, I don't know what you would call this, kits. And this one says laundry today or naked tomorrow. And I think that's really funny. So I'm going to make this and hang this inside of our laundry room. I do want to get like a big laundry sign because we've actually got a lot of empty space in our laundry room. So I just thought that might be a cute way to cute it up a little bit. I don't know, but this will be super fun to work on. I really like cross stitch as well as embroidery. I've got 2 embroidered pieces up here on my wall in my craft office room. And I've got some extra fabric as well as extra of the cross stitch fabric. There's obviously a difference between regular fabric and cross stitch fabric, but I've got some extra of both. And so I think I'm going to just try and pick up, just like the painting and the sewing, some new crafts. So this is one that I actually purchased a while ago, and I just hadn't ever worked on. So I'm going to go ahead, I think, this week, try and finish this, or at least put a good dent in this, just so I can have some more pretty things. So the other 3 things that I want to discuss are books. If you're not a book lover, I personally think that reading is really amazing and a great way to relax, enhance thinking, view different ways of thinking than your own, because I think that's really important to understand other people. So there are a few different ones that I picked out for this week. Not that I've read all of these this week, but that I think are really great, and that if you are so inclined, that you should read. So ignore the bind of this first book. My dog actually started chewing on it, and I just left it on the couch, just like a toy or whatever. So he didn't know any better, but yeah, I can still read the book. The book still opens. It just doesn't look pretty on the outside. You can see right there. Okay, so this is the first book. It's called A Curious Mind. It's The Secret to a Bigger Life. This is a really interesting book, and I'm just going to read the back really quickly for you. so you can see if it's something that might interest you. So it says, Brian Grazer knows the one thing that can instantly connect you with anyone: curiosity. A Curious Mind offers a brilliantly entertaining and inspiring account of how his courage and enthusiasm for talking with complete strangers has been the secret to his success as a leading Hollywood producer. Grazer's straightforward advice provides a blueprint for how all of us can embrace our own curiosity to become better leaders, better creators, and even better romantic partners. Whether you're looking to hone your management style or become a better parent, this book and its lessons can change your life. Oh my gosh, what a book this is. I've read it, I think, 3 times, and then just reading the back again makes me want to read it again. So this, if you haven't read it, is something that I really recommend. It's a very easy read, and it kind of takes you through his life and different ways that he's learned lessons throughout his life about being curious. So that's a great book. Okay. Oh gosh. Next up, The Moviegoer. This is such an amazing book. And it is super small. I think I can read it in probably 3 hours. If I'm being slow. I'm a fast reader. But this is an amazing book. And this is more of a literature book. It's not like a self-help book or anything like that. This is like true literature, and it is amazing. So it says, here's the back here. So, oh goodness. So in his portrait of a boyish New Orleans stockbroker wavering between the longing for redemption, Percy managed to combine Bourbon Street elegance with spiritual urgency of a Russian novel. So that's kind of about the author. So the book. On the eve of his 13th birthday, Bing Spalling is adrift. He occupies himself dallying with his secretaries and going to movies, which provide him with the treasurable moments absent from his real life. One fateful Mardi Gras, Bing embarks on a quest, a harebrained search for authenticity that outrages his family, endangers his fragile cousin Kate, and sends him reeling through the gaudy chaos of the French Quarter. Wry and wrenching, rich in irony and romance, The Moviegoer is a genuine American classic. Please read this book. It's amazing. And finally, so one thing that I pulled out because I have decided that I would like to start a hand-dyed yarn business. It will not be live for a long time, probably, because I'm still building up my supplies and my stock and things like that. And most of it is just because I'm having some fun, but I also kind of was interested in moving forward with it. So I got this book. It says Grow Your Handmade Business. And it's just got some really interesting ideas and things to read through. So it's kind of a pretty book, I guess. But I'm interested to see if there are some really good ideas and thoughts in here as far as building a handmade business. So yeah, that's the third book. I have not read this, but I'm going to. So I guess it's not a recommendation, but it is on my book list right now to read and kind of learn new things. So I'm excited about that. I think I have been talking long enough on this one. I hope you guys have enjoyed this podcast. If you have made it this far, I don't know if you have. But I've really enjoyed being here and sharing all of my creative things this week, as well as some different things like books that maybe you guys, if you're interested, during this time where we're all home, might want to pick up and any book, just to kind of do something different, vary your day up a little bit, spend some time in between the pages. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I will again podcast next Sunday and put the next one up on Mondays. I think that'll be the best schedule for me personally. And I will definitely be posting on Instagram and stuff like that as far as whenever this is going up, if you guys are following me from Instagram, so that will be there as well. Again, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have any comments, please leave them below. I'll definitely respond. And if you have liked it, please like the video as well as subscribe. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Find something this week that makes you really happy. Whether that is knitting, crocheting, walking, reading, whatever it might be. Just try and keep, a good mindset right now. I know that's hard to say, but we can definitely do it, guys. We'll make it through, and it will be summer soon. I can't wait. We'll go back out to the beach when everything is open back up and stuff like that. But for now, I hope you guys just find something that centers you and that you're enjoying. Again, have a great rest of your week. Thanks so much for stopping by for this almost hour here. And bye, guys.
Go and write your song. The world will sing along.